Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, the new campaign footage has come out for Halo Infinite, so let's get right into it and take a look at a lot of the details that you might have missed and a few other interesting things here and there. So starting off with this beginning part is Cortana is now purple again, and there's actually a little bit of significance based on the rest of the trailer. So we'll come back to this in a little bit, but just remember that Cortana is now purple in the beginning scene, which I think implies that Chief might have actually gotten the old Cortana back. And I'll explain why later when we get to the proper point in this trailer or this campaign overview. So, we've been waiting a long time and we finally get to see new campaign footage for Halo Infinite. It's been like pretty much only multiplayer for the past year. We've seen almost nothing of campaign since the last E3, pretty much. So, this is very exciting, and I must say, like, right off the bat, a lot has improved since the last time we saw campaign footage. There's a lot of major improvements in both gameplay and graphics. Well, a lot of graphics improvements, actually. But yeah, so everything looks pretty nice now, and we'll do a more deeper dive into graphics in a future video. But for this video, we'll just be looking at some of the general stuff and a few small interesting details here and there that you might have missed. So here, there is a new electrical grapple hook. I don't know, that's probably not standard, actually. That's probably like an upgrade, which we'll see more of later in the video here, but just want to point that out there. Now this here, a lot of people are saying this is actually Craig the Brute, and I guess it is a similar Brute as Craig, but you can see the facial animations have been improved, and then Craig gets like knocked out right away there. So yeah, once again, big improvement to the scenery and lighting and everything to the game. Unfortunately, there's no ray tracing coming at launch, which was announced recently, but still looks pretty nice still. Now, this part, Cortana, or the weapon rather, says it's been 6 months since you last saw Chief. So the events of the game must be like a pretty big time skip at some point. And this part is actually interesting. So Cortana says that following the events of Halo 5, so that confirms that this is indeed a true sequel to Halo 5. Some people speculated that it was going to be like a reboot and were insistent that there'd be no connection to Halo 5, but that wasn't true in the end. Now, this part, Cortana is purple here, and this is implied to actually be, the original Cortana. And at the beginning of the video, Cortana that Chief was holding was also purple. So, the weapon Cortana is blue, but that Cortana reverted to the original CE purple color, and that's why it implies that Chief might have gotten the original Cortana back somehow. And, well, we don't really know the details of why or how, but it's possible. So, yeah, and also here it looks like there'll be weapon pads throughout the campaign that you could just call in vehicles, and the pilot will just bring it in. Just kind of appears out of nowhere with them. But yeah, it looks like you have a lot of ways to travel around the Halo ring, and it's a lot bigger of a world. Also here, Jackal Snipers, the dreaded Jackal Sniper, is back. Yeah, good luck. This part, we've seen this part before, but Cortana once again here says that the UNSC has been defeated. And yeah, I wonder if that's actually implying to be the entire UNSC, because based on this scene here, there's a lot of like deceased allies there. So yeah, it looks pretty bad for the UNSC, a lot worse than we expected, to the point where like you could say that they've been totally defeated. And that we gotta like find remnants of the UNSC. So that's actually pretty surprising that the Banished, they would it took over the Halo ring completely, but for some reason they concentrated all their forces on the Halo ring, from what it would imply, Installation 07. And apparently the UNSC threw everything it got at Installation 07 at the same time, and then got defeated. That's what it sounds like, at least, but I guess we'll find out when the game comes out. Now this part is also interesting. The Marines here, you could tell that a lot of time has passed, because remember, like, the weapon said 6 months. And you can see the Marines here, they aren't in uniform or gear anymore, like not full gear. They have just, they don't have their armor anymore, which kind of implies they've been camping out here for a long time, just trying to survive for the past 6 months. And Chief finally found them again, which is why they were surprised to actually see Chief again. They probably thought he was dead or something, and that they were stranded and abandoned on the Halo ring. Also, it looks like we might be getting some like mini boss fights back here. You know, we can see like health bars on that enemy, and yeah, it's definitely not like easy to kill. It looks like it took a few hits there. Now here on your tactical map again, you could see that it is, you know, it's not, I don't know if it's still fully open world or not, like truly open world. Cortana says you have more freedom to go around the ring, but it does not sound like it's 100% open world from what, you know, from what she said. But, you know, I think a lot of people expected that it wouldn't be like true 100% open world like Skyrim or something. Also, it looks like some objectives you have are to destroy or capture banished outposts, which sounds very familiar to me, at least, because that's very similar to like Far Cry, traditional Far Cry gameplay, where you have a lot of outposts you gotta capture. Not saying that like, you know, they took the idea from Far Cry, but it's just a lot of like, you know, hints at that, I guess. Also here, you know, a lot of equipment, you actually buy upgrades for your equipment. You get like Spartan cores and stuff like that to unlock upgrades, which you know, kind of like adds a lot more of those RPG sort of like elements to Halo. And you know, a lot of other games also have similar features. If you're familiar with other RPG games, you know, even like Far Cry, actually, that's another example, has similar features and perks that you could buy upgrades for. But you know, it's actually pretty interesting to add such a feature to Halo Infinite, and I'm actually very interested to see how that'll turn out in campaign. But yeah, so overall, you know, it's a lot of new gameplay features that we haven't seen before, and that we get to see for the first time now in this. And I'm actually not sure if that scene was a nod to Battlefield there, because Chief, you know, flew up, jumped out of a Banshee, and then rocketed another Banshee, and then hijacked another Banshee with a grapple hook. That feels like a reference to the Battlefield, you know, gameplay. Also here, new enemies. I'm not sure what these enemies are. I don't know if they're actually banished drones or not, but it looks like they have a different name now. And see what they're grabbing over there right there? I think that's a monitor, Installation 07. It's red color, kind of like a 2401 Penitent Tangent in Halo 2. Monitor Installation 05. Also here, probably another boss fight here, or Banished Elite boss fight, has two new energy swords. A Banished energy sword and, well, I don't even know what that is. Another kind of energy sword, I guess. And here, a new enemy, possibly a Forerunner enemy or some enemy to the Forerunners, but they implied that the lives of the Forerunners are over. So I don't know what this enemy is, or, you know, who they're with or who they're from. But that's our first look at a new enemy, and it's I don't know, it looks like they have a lot of interesting powers at their disposal. But we don't really know anything about that enemy yet at this point. Only that it's a new enemy, and they don't agree with the Forerunners at all. Whether they're actually Forerunner themselves, or some like faction of the Forerunners, we don't know yet. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the interesting, you know, little bits that I've been able to notice so far in this trailer. And like I said, I'll definitely do a deeper dive, at least with the graphics, in a future video. But for now, you know, hopefully you guys found this video to be interesting, and hopefully I've pointed out most of the details. And if there's anything I missed, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and are excited for Halo Infinite's campaign as well. It's definitely really much improved over the last time we saw it. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. And like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments. And if there's anything else I missed, also let me know in comments down below. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.